Okay, and we're back again. Hopefully that's the last interruption. So, in the meantime, my friend Gail called and we chatted for a little bit, and I kind of added some more gesso to this one. And I'm guessing by now this baby's dry. So now I'm going to come in, and I like to do some numbers and letters and that kind of stuff underneath. I got this one, is it Andrew Skinner? I think it is, but it's Skinner for sure. And this ones and zeros, little data entry bits and bytes on here. So now you can kind of see this is dried. Hopefully you can see where it's kind of like misted out. It's like a mist over what I put down there. Some of these lines aren't covered all the way up, but I'll do maybe, you know, 3 or 4 layers or until I think it's okay. And that's where we end up. So let's see here. What do I want to do for the color for this? Oh, the phone. Got my Dilutions and my Ranger stuff out here. Let's go. I think the, if I am correct, the Adirondack color washes are a little bit more, hang on, I'm reading. It says to blend, apply while wet. So I'm hoping that if it's not wet, it won't blend. Lettuce, that's always a good color. I like that. Green. Okay, let's see what we got. It's kind of chunky on the spraying. Lordy. Alright, here we go. So, now in this, I don't care about the orientation of these because it's going to be all jumbled up all over the place. And that's okay for me. And I usually put it backwards only because there's a grid on the back of this that kind of holds it up off the paper, and then the ink can go down and seep through, and it doesn't get as crisp a print as I do if I turn it over and put the flat side against the paper. So that's what I'm going to do. And I usually like to have stuff going off the edge and like on angles. So here we go. Here you have it. Numbers and letters. Here, a little bit here, a couple sprays down there. Flap that on there, because that one gets pretty wet. Because the paint, or the ink rather, pulls up in the little grid. So now I'm going to roll a little bit of that off before it runs too much. And I think that's maybe all I'm going to put on that layer, and I'll come back with some more gesso after that. Let's try this one. This is going to be kind of hard because it's a long strip to use sprays in. Oh, but you know what? Silly girl. I want to go back and dry this one some more. It still even looks a little bit damp now. I don't know what the deal was with this. I'm going to try to cover up some of these big blobs of yellow where the gesso ran. Grand Central frickin' Station tonight. It's my mother. Oh, Lordy. Ah! Bless her little heart. Hold on. Okay, that feels pretty dry now. I'm going to try to go back with some more gesso and get some white. Yeah, see that? Now it's staying white. It was just damp. That's why that one smeared. Put a little schmutz on my page where I didn't want any schmutz. Yeah, that's going on staying white now. Okay, what do we got over here? Let's break this up a little bit. And break some of this up a little bit. And that's good for that one. And then we're over here. So, running low on my gesso again. You do go through a good bit of gesso on this stuff, but I like it. I want to put some numbers down on this one. And I think I'm going to do black. Hello, where are you, black? Espresso. Well, I know I have black. Oh, the black is Diane Reevely. Wrong bin. But Diane's are water soluble. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go espresso with the Ranger. But I'm going to try to, let's see what I can do here without totally messing myself up. I want to try to protect some of this page because I don't want that huge blob of brown overspray. So I'm going to do something like this and just go down that strip and see what we get. That's spraying. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Oops. Oh, that's a mess. Oh, but that looks pretty cool. And I got a brown stripe, but I might be able to incorporate that into the design actually. So let me do another one. This is the first time I've gotten into this situation because it's the first time I've had a stencil that narrow. What the heck? Let's do it upside down this time. And you know what? I'm just going to spray it off the angle, off the edge here. It's not bad. A lot of ink seems wasted there though, but well, let's do one there, a little bit there. Okay, I can live with that. Again, it's going to go under gesso. Sheesh. Okay. Now where are we? This one's probably dry enough. Yeah, now I want to make sure, I'm hoping that these don't run and turn green. So let's wash my fingertips off a little bit. And when I'm starting to do this gessoing part, I think I'm going to speed up the tape and run through it for you guys. But again, I'm going to hit the overspray. Oh, and that is turning a little bit green. Are you kidding me? Ugh.
Call from Maryland.
Probably all people calling wanting a donation.
Call from Maryland.
I get more donation calls between Dave and I both. I'm telling you. That's one of my girlfriends. I think I might have to stop and talk to her too. I'm never going to get this done. This is actually blending a little bit with the gesso, so it wasn't bad. So what I'm going to do is let this dry and come back and hit the same areas with a little bit more. So it is more water reactive than the other one that I did, the SEIs. In English, that's what I meant to say. So many distractions tonight. I can't. No wonder I can't think. I'm going to dry this one again. When I'm drawing and I'm thinking of what I'm going to put on here next. Guess it dries pretty fast, really. I gotta change. There must be a setting in my computer where I can keep that screensaver on. Keep it from coming on so soon. Okay. Let's. What do we got over here? Oh, okay. Let's do this. Instead of going to numbers or anything like that right now, let us do some of this. And what color? What color, pray tell? Um, Let's go with a little sunset orange. It's a different color orange. And yet I know that's going to run. Oh, God. Ew, that's kind of pretty. Just little bits here and there. That's all you need. And see, I like that with the bigger stencil. You don't see those white little edges. I like that. That's a lot of orange going on there. So, let's, you know, I do like turquoise with orange, don't I? I do believe I do. So let's get this kind of dry a little bit so I don't get brown when I mix the two, but we're going in for the vibrant turquoise by Delusions. And whatever happens is going to happen. Because I like it. Let's see what I got. I have my stencils laying in front of here. Oh, you know what would be cute? Use the big one of the echoes and the small one to echo the design. Ah, how clever am I? Thank God the video is rolling, because otherwise I'd be doing the same thing sitting down here by myself. Just snickering away at my own silly little humor. What the hell? If it can't be fun, I don't need it. Oh my God, and this one's not open. But this, oh no, this is the new teal. Oh, but I want this one. I do. This one's open, okay. This one's open with about 3 molecules in there. Even less, okay. All right, whatever, here we go. I'm gonna try to keep my spray from these edges and try to get it off this page. See what we come up with. Cute. Like it. Little number down here. Oops, hello. A little bit there. A little bit there. Flip her over. Blot. Blot. Sometimes when this is all wet and I've got one of the lower layers that I'm working on, I'll just flip the wet side over and put it down and get like a reverse print out of it, but I did not do that this time because I didn't have to. That looks like it's getting, she's getting a little busy. This one's going to need a lot of gesso, but I'm going to let this one dry more and go back to this one and hope that this, now see this overspray that I'm talking about? Let's see if you guys can see that. It looks like pepper all over here. I don't like that. I know some people love it. I don't like it. That's why I was trying to guard the paper, but now it's like pepperfied everywhere. But that's okay, I guess. Let's see what happens here when I try to get rid of that line. And it's going to blend. Okay, so, well, you know what? You're going to have to blend. I'll just smooch a little bit here, a little bit here, and we'll try to come back with another coat and see what happens. Or maybe that'll be part of my design. Dang, I should have gone with this, the SEI black. But no. A screensaver will drive a person to drink. Yeah, this is making a big old muddy mess. Again, don't follow me, people. Save yourselves. Alright, I think what I'm going to do, We're going to let this dry a little bit. Oh, great. Oh, that's the pepper smearing in there. Dang. Well, there you go. You know what not to do. Don't use the espresso. Okay. All right. I'm done fiddling with that one for right now. Let's just let that dry up some. And we're back over here. And this one's not too bad. This green did smear a little bit. But, you know, what you going to do? It's going to smear, it's going to smear. We'll work around it somehow. I'm going to put a little bit more gesso on these green smudges here. Kind of make them a little bit more cloudy instead of looking like a green cloud. Okay. That's kind of okay. Okay, a little more depth. This, I think, is going to end up being my favorite. It's not too hard to choose, actually. I don't know, we might be able to save this one, but I got to get a lot of gesso on this one. That's too much color showing there. Got to drill down on some of these layers, and I think we're going to end up with the dreaded mud scenario. Now I do, you know what I have? I know I have several turquoise and orange ones that I did. You know what? I bet if I hit them with a layer of matte spray, but I've never done that to the other one, so. I know, squirrel. Alright, that's dry. Let's see what can happen here. Yikes, with some gesso on these. Oh yeah, turning orange. It's going orange. Okay. Well, you know what? I'll just go back over it with some more. Hope for the best. And we'll see what happens. And it's so funny. I'd watch Robin Marie do this and think, why does she put gesso where she puts the gesso? And to me, that's, as many of these as I've made, that's still the question. Where do you want to put the gesso? And it's just, I don't know. There's not a clean answer to that I know of. It's just where you think you want to blur something out, either you don't like it or you want something else to emphasize. Or if a pattern's like too bold and too obvious and you want to break it up a little bit with some shadowing or some depth. There's a little bit too much different oranges in here. I'm going to break that up. And I'm going to break it in between here a little bit. This one's a little bit too red for that first layer I put down there. Boom, I got completely blue fingers now. Dragging the blue over the paper. Okay, I'm going to let this one, and I don't want them to all look like they're streaks like this all over the page either. I want to kind of cloud them out a little bit, but I'll do that when I come back, when this dries, and I come back and I try to make it whiter than it is. And we'll see what that happens with that one. Okay. That one's still kind of wet. Definitely got to set that timer different on that screensaver. Especially when I'm all gunked up and I got to touch my laptop. Oh, look how pretty the colors are on there now. Oh, great. A little bit wet there. See how gray the blobs look on that? I do like it. That was El Mistako. Again, doing what I can to save you the heartache and supplies. By once again teaching you what not to do. Okay, let's see if I can get this a little whiter on here. And go over what I did already. A little bit more. That's a little bit whiter. This will take a week to dry. All this stuff on it. And I can cover some of that stuff up with whatever I put on as my final coat. You know, the oil pastels and all that kind of good stuff. That one's smeared kind of good. I don't want that one to show. Oh, mercy. I think this little pepper situation over here is not going away. Well, you know what? It's a folder. I don't think I'm going to hang myself or jump off the roof because I have a little Scroogey here. Well, that's getting a little bit whiter. Still on the gray side. Not my fave, gotta tell you. Okay, back to this one. Please let me save this one. I used to be able to crank these out pretty good. Damn jelly plates suck my brain dry. All I can think of is my jelly plate stuff. This is a little bit wet still, but this did, since that green didn't blend too badly, that white layer did kind of fog out that greeny cloud and makes it a little more ethereal. A little more wax on the, not wax, what's that stuff, Vaseline on the camera lens, kind of foggy look to it. Still a little cold there, that's a little wet. So instead of all these sprays, I really could put some paint on, but I like the translucent quality of the sprays to get that depth. I don't know if you can see any of that really on here so well. But you can see, you know, if you look closely through some of those spots, you can see some other layers kind of ghostly underneath. That's what we're going to try to achieve here. So on this one, I think I'm going to try, let's see. Oh, you know what I haven't done? My favorite. How can I not do that? I'm telling you, I'm losing it. Where's my Punchinella? Come here, little Punchinella. Yep, one of my faves. What color do we want to do this in? We could do the other color. Oh, we could do the purple. Oh, then After Midnight. That's probably too dark. Huh. That might be interesting. This is one of Diane's. She came out with those 6 new colors. It's CHA Winter. And this is one of them. After Midnight. Where's the camera? There we go. It's like a purpley navy, and that might work on here for some little circles. So let's let me try to save my overspray though, and I'm going to try to drop those in where there's like a lot of white. That's my aim. So let's do this. Let's go over here. And again, off the page. I like that off the page kind of a look. Kind of a sharp end there, but I can fill that in with my, oh, that's a pretty color. I haven't used that yet, I don't think. Alright, let's put a couple more pops of that around, shall we? Brighten it up a little bit here. And maybe a little bit there. You notice I abandoned the overspray thing, and you see what it's doing? It's overspraying. Ah, lordy. And I just kind of eyeball it where I think it would look good, and keep in mind you know what, here I'm going to show you what I do with this sometimes. When I said I flipped it over for the reverse image, let's do that right about here. Ew, hell. Such a nice live demo of what not to do. But Gesso being my friend that it is, but you can see some circles in there, right? So, what the hell. Alright, enough of that one. I'm going to sit this back up and let that dry a little bit. I'll go a little bit more gesso on that one. And, oh gosh, we got a turquoise and orange cloud going here. Maybe I should start to edit out. Oh, my boo-boos. Keeping the good one. That doesn't seem right, though. It's not surreal. Lord knows I'm not perfect. Oh, I don't even think I'd want to be. But it doesn't exist, so that's not an option anyway. Okay. Oh, hello. This is coming off. Oh, see my blue hand? Yes. That's coming off in the texture of this now. How about that? You know what? Let me try the brush with the gesso. Oh, I need more gesso. There you go. Little dabble, do ya? Let's see if I can make it a little thicker, kind of a blur on there to keep it a little bit whiter. And look at that texture. Oh, mercy. Actually, that is helping to cover it up a little bit more, I believe. It's thicker on there than just my finger pushing it around. With this tap, tap, tap kind of deal instead of brushing it. I think the brushing it might do the same as my fingers. Oh no, maybe not. Get a little bit thinner coat so it dries sometime this century. Alright, that's not too bad. All things considered. And Lord knows there's a lot to consider. Okay. I'm going to let that one rest for a minute, and it's going to go this way, right? So all may not be lost. It may come out to be my favorite anyway. I think I'm going to do a little something with this though. Try a little hand sanitizer, just so I don't contaminate everything I'm touching. Oh yes, totally smurfed myself. And that worked pretty good actually. I've never used that before to wash my hands, but look, whoops. Pretty much took it all off in one little wipe. Good Good to know. Worth the price of admission. Okay, so now, oh Lord, we're back to this thing. This has to be dry though. Pardon my heat gun. This one really needs more color. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, you know what I might do? And it might cover up some of these gnarly bits on here. I was looking at this one, a couple of them that I've done. I've done like a big round stencil that covers most of this and kind of center it on the seam. I was thinking about my Mayan calendar again, a Julie Faye Fan Balzer stencil. That has a lot of cute bits to go back and embellish. You know, trace with the black lines. These are big enough to add some oil pastels in here. That's what I'm thinking I might do. And that'll cover a lot of this. Well, one on the ends, but I'll figure that out when I get there. Okay. Let's get her in the middle here. Doesn't have to be exact, but since it's going to fold in half, I think it would be rather clever if it was at least somewhat centered. That looks pretty good. Close enough. If anybody's going to measure it, good on them. And I think I'm going to do my bubblegum turquoise and maybe throw some of that lemon zest in there and let it make those magical colors all over it that I did the other day. What was I doing? What the hell was I doing when I did that? Oh, when I was using the gel medium resist technique, and then I went back on those colored papers and just dyed them with the inks. That's what we're about to do. So I think what I'm going to do is start. I want to see what color I want the most of to figure out how I'm going to end up out here. Let me protect my overspray now so I don't cuss myself later. I don't ever remember Robin Marie doing this. She has a lot more control of these babies than I do, that's for sure. So let's see, if I go pink and then blue, I'm going to get pink, purple, blue, and then green, yellow. Or do I want any yellow in there? You know, maybe this is what we'll do. We'll do a little bit of yellow in the center, right, like that. And then we'll go, I don't know if you can see that on the screen where that meets and turns that hot orangey coral color. Yummy-licious. And then go out here. Hello. Keep pumping with me, turquoise. Work with me, babe. There we go. And a little bit more pinkums out there. And a little bit more yellow in the middle. Brighten that up. A little bit of paper. Let me just do this. Get some of that while it's still in the stencil. Oh, hello, lover. Oh, damn. Smear it a little. But that's okay, because I can clear up those smears when I outline the pattern and just highlight bits of it. So there's what I got, right? And this is going to fold. So that's what I'll see. And where this all ran, I'm going to outline these rectangles. Make it look somewhat human again. And also, I believe I have the 6-inch Mind Calendar too, I'm sure of. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take another, maybe just the Punchinella, and do a little multicolor yumminess over here, so it kind of matches that in the center there going on. Oh, that needs to be more. That's drying up there a little bit. Come on. I have to break out my new bottle. And I will. I've seen me do it. There we go. That's kind of, actually it's kind of blurry like this, so that's kind of cool. See my little circular friends with the blur? So where are we here? We're this way. Okay. Let me get a big old hunk of this in with the Punchinella. Maybe all the way up there, perhaps. Let's try that. See, this one's an old piece and it's kind of like I've used it to death. Go down the one side with that. Hit the pink. Oh, I love that orange. Get a little turquoise and purple showing over here. Oh, it's even better than that. It's like, oh, damn. It's like multicolored. Well, it was until I smushed it the last time. Okay, this one is just not working with me. Not cooperating, but that's okay. I refuse to give up. Not gonna do it.